It's bourbon haul time.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Taryn, and welcome to Whiskey Break.
And today we have a bourbon haul. It's been a little while. This is a little bit more shorter and sweeter than usual. Not as many bottles, but the quality is definitely there. Including we have one bottle in particular that's been our unicorn of unicorns, and we can't believe we actually have added it to our collection. So let's just get right into it and check out all these awesome bottles.
Our first bottle up is Sagamore 7-year bottled in bond. So this one's pretty cool because actually our friend John from Gentleman in Whiskey reached out to us to see if we wanted this bottle, and we pretty much, we really said yeah, because we weren't sure if this was going to drop, in our area in California when we were still back there. And we're really happy we did.
And it's a good thing we said yes too, because it never dropped in California. We got the previous bottle and bond releases, but this one never came around and kept waiting for it. So we're so glad we have it. And we cracked it open recently. It's great. It's like every other, honestly, iteration of the Sagamore bottled and bond series. It's really fruity. It's just a really great 100 proof rye. It's probably a little bit more complex and interesting than the past releases, but honestly, I have a hard time putting them against each other. They're all just great buys for that $50 to $65 price point. Can't recommend these enough. If you see the 7-year, the 6-year, the 5-year, even the first 4-year, I say go for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we love what Sagamore's doing, and we're just going to keep on trying everything that they put out. Next up, we have Dad's Hat 6-year bottled and bond rye. While we were talking to John, he also offered if there's anything else in his area that we'd like, and so we went to our favorite Pennsylvania distillery, which is Dad's Hat. We took a look at their site, and they had a bottle and bond release we'd never seen before, and so 6-year-old rye for 100 proof, we decided to go for it.
Yeah, this one, I don't know, we weren't huge fans of it. I think we really love the cask strength that we have, and it's really hard to beat that one. So this one came across very youthy, which is kind of surprising because it is 6 years old. Yeah. And it was just kind of funny that it was just not a good bottle for us. Like, it was very youthy. I got a little bit of peanut even, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then also kind of like a weird kick of maple, which again is another note that I'm not huge on. But overall, I think it was just not the right bottle for us. And we probably will just stick with the cask strength.
If you're enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Let's get right back to the haul.
And this video is brought to you by TARYN'S Vlogs. If you haven't seen TARYN'S Vlogs, make sure to check out TARYN'S Vlogs. It's a pretty cool channel. Jonathan and I do some really fun stuff, especially this time of year in fall. We've done a lot of really cool stuff. So if you guys are curious, make sure to, stop on by, take a couple videos, at least get a like under there. We'd really appreciate it.
We think it's worth a watch. Next up, we have another Dad's Hat bottle. They're rye finished in honey barrels. This was the last bottle that we got from John, and yeah, we saw on their site they had a honey finish. We haven't tried a lot of honey finishes, and this one was only 44 bucks, so we hopped on it.
Yeah, might as well try it, right? It actually was pretty good. I mean, like Jonathan said, we haven't tried a lot of honey finishes, but we did try that Blue Note honey rye, and that one was okay. So I will say I do prefer this one over that one. This one, definitely you can taste that honey. And that 90 proof is actually quite nice because it doesn't get too spicy or just too rye heavy. You can really taste the honey on it. And yeah, this bottle actually, I probably will go to it pretty frequently, at least this fall, winter season.
I'll say too, this bottle had a lot of those like dark toasty notes that we really enjoy from the cask strength that the bottled and bond just completely missed. So even at the lower proof, 90 proof, it's just a really nice rye, and I think we'll be going back to it this fall.
Winter sipper. Next bottle up is an Eagle Rare Store Pick. Our first Eagle Rare Store Pick in Oregon.
Yeah, this bottle, I happened to be out and about getting breakfast or some errand, something like that, and I saw an Instagram notification that Beaverton Liquor was dropping a barrel of Eagle Rare, and again, Oregon state controlled, $45. So I'd run over there, and super easy to grab because, I mean, if you get a whole barrel of Eagle Rare, that's a lot of bottles.
Yep.
And interesting thing too, it seems like in Oregon, all the stores get their barrel picks at around the same time. So this barrel dropped on a Tuesday or whatever, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there were like 5 other stores in the area that also got Eagle Rare barrel picks. So we only got the one. I don't know if this is the best one, the worst one, whatever. I don't really know how the barrel picking process works in Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't know if the stores have a ton of say in terms of which barrels they get. So I don't know if certain stores have better reputations than others. We're still learning all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we did get this one. We cracked it open earlier, and it's actually really good. It's like a grape soda-y Eagle Rare, which I like a lot. It's also not as oaky and harsh as some other Eagle Rares. I've had a couple bottles lately that are just a little bit too much for me. So I'm glad we picked this one up.
Next bottle is Weller Special Reserve.
Yeah, this bottle is actually a regret bottle. It was an impulse buy. I was out and about on my own, popped into a liquor store. Apparently I'd missed a Stagg drop that morning, but they did have some Weller Special Reserve sitting on the shelf for $30. And I just said yes. And then when I got to the car, I realized we already have an open bottle of Weller Special Reserve. We don't particularly like it. We don't need another one for $30, but it was just kind of, ooh, semi-allocated at MSRP, go for it. So that's kind of what happens when I'm out on my own. Taryn's not there to double check my decisions, but just a reminder out there, you don't have to get every allocated bottle that you happen to go across. So this one was only $30, not that big of a mistake. We'll figure it out, share with friends, whatever, but just wasn't necessary.
And I know this is a little unorthodox, but I just want to hop in here with a quick channel update. We have heard you guys. We know what you guys want to see, and we're really sorry, but we had to get through a lot of our California bourbon hunting, and I know you guys enjoyed it, so thank you very much for watching that. But we are finally done with our stuff from California, which is nice. We can finally give you guys what you guys want here in Oregon, and then also do obviously more list videos and reviews and all that kind of good stuff. So we are finally done with the backlog, and that is all out there. So thank you guys so much for watching that. And yeah, we actually are really excited for this next little chapter of content. It is going to be all about Kentucky. So our trip to Kentucky back in August, we are so excited to put out a ton of content from that. We filmed everything and we had a really fun time doing it. So yes, please stick around for the holiday season because that stuff is going to be really fun. It's going to be coming out. We went to a lot of different places and did a lot of different things. All right, next up, very hard to hold, but we have some samples from friends.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of friends that actually reached out and gave us samples at different points. So we have John from Gentleman Whiskey, who we thanked earlier in the video. Dylan, who we met on some bourbon hunts and is in our comment section all the time. Tyler, or Whiskey Phelps from the West Coast Whiskey Club, along with Limestone Farms, the kind of new distillery, reached out a while ago and gave us a whole lineup of their products. So big shout out to all of them. Thank you so much. John sent us some really heavy hitters like Maker's Mark Cellar Aged, a Hazmat Nulu, and a Stagg store pick.
Yeah.
Dylan sent us a bunch of stuff, a ton of really hard to find Buffalo Trace that we haven't had, like Rock Hill Farms, that George C. Stagg 2024.
Definitely.
Along with a lot of really cool craft distilleries from like the Wisconsin area and stuff like that. And then Tyler sent us a bunch of samples from their West Coast Whiskey Club picks, things like Nashville Barrel Company and stuff like that, along with a few other samples from his personal collection that he thought that we would like. And then, like I said, Limestone Farms gave us their full lineup, I believe 5 different whiskeys to try. And so we've been kind of slacking on getting into these. We have way too much whiskey, but thank you to everyone who's given us samples, and we want to work through all of these.
Yes, I did my best to pack these from California, so everything looks good and we are ready to try them. But before we do that, we want to know, how do you want us to try these? What is the best way that you want to see us drink it. So do you want shorts? Do you want like a couple minute videos, long form videos? Do you don't care? Maybe you don't care. You just want to see us drink it. Maybe you don't want to see us drink it. I mean, we'll take anything. Obviously, we haven't done a lot of tasting on Whiskey Break, so we want to add that to our content and repertoire.
Yes.
So tell us how you'd like us to, compare these. Would you like us to, try each one individually and show you guys? Let us know what you want to see. Next up is actually some samples from Blind Barrel. So we were super excited and stoked to get this package as well.
Yeah, they reached out to us, asked if we would like a sample kit, and we said yes. And so you might have seen them on YouTube, but this is something that we really think is a great idea around this time of year, because we're whiskey enthusiasts. We have family members that are like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? We want to get you something whiskey related. And it's really hard to say, well, I want this Stagg bottle that you can't find on the shelf and don't overpay for it. It's just way too complicated. So this is a great way to get something that's, in that gift range and is for those samples that you've probably never tried before. They really focus on reaching out to craft distilleries or distilleries that don't have a lot of distribution, and you just get to try them, and they're made for whiskey enthusiasts, and we're just really glad they sent this out to us. We'll probably do a full video tasting through this, do the whole review, all the actual answers on the back of this card with a bunch of details, so make sure we didn't see that. And yeah, just thank you to Blind Barrels. They didn't pay us, but they did send us this whiskey for free.
And finally, our super special unicorn bottle. It is George T. Stagg 2023.
Yeah, this is basically our unicorn. It is, sure, there's probably bottles that are worth more out there, but this is one that we knew was kind of in reach and that we really, really like. We love Buffalo Trace. We love it at Barrel Proof. This bottle, we didn't get it through conventional methods. We did trade for it. I won't say exactly what we traded for it, but it cost us about $400 out of pocket, which is a lot of money. But if we were at a store and it was $400 out the door for a George T. Stagg, we'd be leaving with it. So we're happy. And we only do this type of thing every so
very occasionally.
Yes. So we're super excited to get it. The reason why we got it is because we did the fancy whiskey draft put on by Gentleman and Whiskey last year. The last sample of our set ended up being this bottle. Taryn tasted it and immediately looked at me and said, we have to get this. This is incredible. And I knew it was probably going to be something that was basically impossible to find, but I also agreed. It just tastes incredible. It kind of sealed the deal that we should have this in our collection.
Definitely. Obviously, it's not open yet, but we are super duper excited to open it up and use it as our new special occasion bottle. So this will definitely get drank. We are not just keeping it up on the shelf. And if you guys remember from our tasting video, we loved it. So very excited for this bottle and so happy to have it in our collection. All right, that wraps up our bourbon haul. So that was obviously a very interesting one. We had stuff from the West Coast, stuff from the East Coast, stuff all around, stuff from friends, all that kind of good stuff. But we want to thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll see you next time.